Good morning. Um, I just got this book for my birthday. Super awesome guy. He's on Instagram at Julius Roberts. But I wanted to make a seasonal stew with you guys before the seasons change, just to fit it in before it's too late. It's this one, hearty sausage stew. So let's do it. I like that sound. Next, onion. Sweet Italian pork sauce. I'm just gonna put it all in there. I don't want it to. I'm putting it on low heat just so everything gets friendly. Since everything's on low now, the next part before we start letting it all cook and sit for a while is spices. This part I don't really put measurements on because it's really all personal preference, but it's rosemary, red pepper flakes, and bay leaves. And you can always taste it along the way. I mean, you want the meat to be cooked, but once you add the stock, you can always experiment. We're also adding a cinnamon stick, which I thought that goes in later, but makes sense that it goes in with the rest of the spices. I love this. I don't know if you can switch it out for just plain cinnamon. The reason I'm not is because I was at the grocery store and I was curious if it'll make it taste different if it's just powder, because it's like inside and more aromatic once you grind something up. But that's why I'm using a stick. You can always just try. Why not try some cinnamon powder? I feel like that's more unanimous, and this was $8, so we like it hot in this house. After adding all the spices, I turned it down. Mine's on 2 right now. I have a hotter stove than normal, so that's why it's so low. But you just want it at a sizzle. You don't like, not I need to hear it really brewing sizzle, but you just want it down so that things are getting cooked slowly. This is the book I'm using. It is so beautiful. First of all, look at that. Those are little sheep. So cool. But it's the Julius Roberts. Yes. The Farm Table. And oh my gosh, the intro on this, you have to take the time to read it. It is so awesome and beautifully written. It was like, made me want to live on a farm. But anyways, so I'm taking advantage of the second of winter weather. So while this is all getting friendly, before your garlic gets too colored, you put some white wine. It actually says, to be specific, white wine, beer, or Swedish sherry, which I don't even know what sherry is, and then Madeira. Also don't know what that is. My parents drank this last night, so I'm gonna use this. It's just a Pinot Grigio. This calls for a small glass, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add 2 whole tomatoes. So these are, you want specifically canned, but you want them also specifically whole. nice. With basil leaves. That's nice of them. Anyways, let's get those in. It's been 10 minutes, so for the last 2 minutes of the 12, I'm gonna pour out this bean juice so that we can put it in the pot with the chicken stock. I just spilled so much bean juice on the counter. Stinky, but good for you. Oh, hot, but it looks good. I can definitely smell the cinnamon. The last part of this is adding in the kale or Swiss chard. I did kale because there wasn't any Swiss chard, but also look how pretty this is. I know that's a boo-boo part, but like, wow. And this is called Lacinato kale. Lacinato? Kale. So I'm going to cut this up and add it in. It says to add it later, because in the cookbook he used Swiss chard, which isn't as tough as kale. So it's easier to become flexible. I'm going to add this in now and then let it simmer for a long time, because this can take a while to get kind of limp. Such a rich green color. Alright. I'm going to cover that and then just let it sit. I love a sunny day. Yesterday it snowed super hard, so this is very much appreciated. And you can hear the birds. I don't think you can, but the birds make it seem happier. Time to clean. A big dash of salt. I love a good sweet and spicy, but this was something else with the addition of cinnamon. It was something that I think I'm going to add into every soup I make now. Seasonal cooking just has such a special place in my heart, and also it's just so good for you. I was so happy to get these in right before winter is over. Thank you guys so much for cooking this with me today. It was so fun to get in this little bit of winter right before spring comes along. And if you're looking for similar content or even the recipe for this video, it's in the description, which also has the link to my blog, peachesandparsley.com. I hope to see you guys there and on the next video.